Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'd love to welcome Komal Anis to our session today. She is an outstanding she's an outstanding person who does a very outstanding job. She deals with parents who have autistic children,
Mhm.
and we're going to be listening to her how she was inspired and how she can inspire us.
Mhm.
Welcome, Komal. Welcome to the session.
Thank you so much for having me. Salamu alaikum, everybody. Hope all of you are doing well. Thank you so much. It's such an honor to to have me on this platform where I can, just by my small words or small tips or tricks, I can really help the humanity or the moms who really need help with this. I'm really honored to do such a great work in a collaboration with you, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you. What inspired you to work with parents who have autistic children?
All right. So I'll start off with this. I was a completely new person to this profession. I have been into a corporate for so many years. Like I worked as a manager, as a partnership manager. I used to be in the corporate sectors. Like I used to work 9 to 5 and again. But because of my own kids, I couldn't manage this 9 to 5 thing. So I just thought to I was residing in Dubai and I have been living in Dubai for 17 years. But these special education, when you're working with these children, I understand the certification is important, but you gain a lot of experience while working with these special. And when I say special, they are really, mashallah, God gifted. When they're called special, I really mean by heart they are special. Because, I'm working with students who we think are on, let's say, level of autism level 3. But, we can't even imagine those kids were making wonders. Even when I jumped into it, I really loved it. So it's been now more than 9 years I've been into this field, mashallah, working with plenty of children.
Every, like, autistic kid is the same.
Mhm, mhm.
She said that the biggest challenge she faced was the denial of parents.
That's
What do you
exactly
have to say
100%.
about that?
100%. I completely agree to this. There was a recent experience that I wanted to just, to
Yes.
support my answer. I wanted to share this that a recent experience just few weeks back, it happened to me. Mashallah, there was a child for 5-year-old. He was on level 2 on the spectrum. They got the diagnosis done. They just consulted me. They came to me through a parent. Like I was working with those parents. They referred me to them that this is Miss Komal. She used to work and all. They came to me. Now that child was born after 10 years, like after marriage, 10 years. So you can understand how he was really pampered. A
Mhm.
single cry can make the parents so hurt that it was very impossible to make them understand what they're going through, although they got
Mhm.
the diagnosis. But then again, the denial phase came in, and I worked with them for a few weeks. But then again, they were not accepting. They couldn't do that by the time the child started crying, because definitely these children needs transitioning from the phase they're working in.
Yes.
And
Yes.
mashallah, the best part was it was the parents, it was not the child. I can see the child has a lot of capacity to do wonders,
Mhm.
you can say. But I
Yes.
told them that your child has a capacity to improve. Your child can
Mhm.
do a lot better, with few sessions of therapies or anything, he can do better. But then, the denial phase came in. They said, no, we cannot see our kid cry. We cannot do
Mhm.
this. And they stopped the therapies. Year old child, mashallah, mashallah, he was doing so good. He was actually a picky eater. He needed that OT thing also to help him with his eating habits and all. But once they have this idea that they have to follow this routine, the schedule is there to follow, they come on this track. They get this direction from us. This is why we are there, right? To show
Mhm.
them
Mhm.
directions. Normally, in their head, this is the things are so mingled up, we can't even imagine. It's like a khichdi
Absolutely.
in their head, it's
Yes.
like everything is mingled up. It's our responsibility to give them direction.
Yes.
Now, in these direction, we use lots of verbal prompts. Like we say them, let's say, example, Abdullah, can you pick this up? It's just a small
Mhm.
example. Now, after trying the verbal prompts, if they're not working, we go for the gesture prompts. We pick that thing up and we show them, Abdullah, can you pick this up? Like just to show them, because when they see the thing, they have this tendency to understand more. But what I say, parents, is that we have to work as a team. You cannot expect me to come over for 2 3 hours, give him all these, but you don't follow these things the rest of the hours. Teamwork. So I used to tell parents about these tips and tricks. Like, if I'm gone, I tell them, if you can spend some time with me during the therapies, you can see how am I doing. You'll get to know, if you do the same thing after I'm gone, probably, the impact would be more.
Is it really expensive to get that kind
That's
of?
very expensive.
Yeah.
That's very expensive. Normally, the therapy starts from at least 70 or 80 per hour. The
Okay.
therapist, yeah, it's expensive. Like if they're insured, it's a little less than again. But if the child or doesn't have an insurance and all, so the therapies are expensive.
That you tell everyone that we have to work as a team. So what suggestion would you give to parents out there who have autistic children? How can they find time for self-care for themselves?
Like you can say a good time for yourself, or maybe the moms here in US, like everything we have to do it on our own, right? But here in US, when you have to work, you have to clean, you have to cook, you have to do each and everything yourself, right? So I think the main part comes in the mom especially gets frustrated, and when you have a nonverbal child, the tantrums, the behaviors are more. But the moms definitely need some good time. They need to gain all these energies themselves to make sure when they are back on the track, they'll be completely on this. So a good spa, maybe, the moms should have a good spa session with their friends. It's very important for them, because children on the spectrum, I would again say it's not easy to handle them. I really salute these mothers who are handling them, who are taking care of them. MashaAllah, may Allah be with them, lots and lots of prayers for them, because I completely agree it's not easy.
It's a big
It's
trial.
really,
It's a huge trial.
it's a big trial, big for the parents, even the dads, they're working really hard for the therapy. Not only the moms, the parents, a good maybe date night, something which they can leave the kids either with the babysitter or any of the grandmas can look for them. There should be some sessions, for these parents to just take care of them, take a deep breath and take it's autism is not a disease. I always say this. It's not a disease. It's a lifestyle. The guidance of the parents, yes. If both the parents are sitting down, we can have a knowledgeable session where we discuss about their child. I let them know, it's some concept that they can just practice for weeks and get back to me. So this is how it is. I'll just give a small example. We actually think that the children on spectrum are not listening. Like, they often say that, okay, the child is not listening. I keep on repeating myself. He's not listening. He's not. But it's my personal observation. Like the child, I do have references too, because I tell parents about it. Why? Because they try to connect with the same parents, so it's easier for them to know. When a person is working with the child. But I tried this with a child. I used to tell him before even starting your homework, let's say a small homework, you can just say Rabbe Zitni Ilma. We practiced this for just 3 weeks. Just 3 weeks. Although he was not interested at that time while I was saying, he used to look up, down, as if he's not interested. Definitely, because it's very difficult to make their attention. So after 3 weeks, that mom came to me and she told me, you know what? My child is saying, Mom, I will not open the book unless I say Rabbe Zitni Ilma.
Wow.
This is how impactful just the small practice of mine was on him. Very small. Again, mashallah, it's just the God who is doing all this. We are just giving them a little direction. It's Allah who's helping them, mashallah.
You're absolutely right. Of course, Allah is always helping, but Allah also helps when we put in an effort, and you're putting in an enormous amount of effort. And I hope and I pray that Allah continues to guide you and help you and help you succeed. And wow, it's amazing. It's just something. Like I said at the beginning, this is an outstanding thing you're doing. When I received your information, I was reading, I was like, this is super amazing how your everyday must be so impactful and so
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. And
amazing.
your platform, I would again say, if the parents who cannot afford and cannot do anything, I can really do a session for them for free. I can really guide them, seriously.